Hey everyone, it is Melissa here with Sincerely Creative Mom. We have a kit available. It comes with everything you see here. It is something very different than what I've offered, and I've teamed up with a very, very sweet gal who was able to put this kit together, and we are kind of collabing together. So if you're interested in this kit, what you see here, we're going to go through all the items that it includes, but you can find it at melstrendsupplies.com, melstrendsupplies.com. And then when you get there, you'll just search kit or Mellie Mel, one of those, and then you'll find it. So what we're going to do, I feel like my table looks lopsided. Probably is. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the kit comes with 2 rolls of mesh, 2 full rolls of mesh. As you see, I've gone ahead and pre-cut the mesh that we're going to need for this, and we'll get into the measurements in just a minute. But it comes with 2 rolls of this mesh. It's beautiful. It's here's the toting it around forever. Now I don't know where it went. I'm pretty sure it's fabric mesh. I just had the plastic piece and now I forgot. I can't find it. Anyways, it comes with it. It's two rolls. It comes with all full rolls. The yellow and green and cream, 1.5 inch, the 2.5 inch solid purple, the 2.5 inch floral, the 1.5 inch Swiss dot. And the super cute hippity hoppity Easter is on its way sign. It's a wooden sign. It comes with the work form. Again, different than what we're used to seeing with me. It comes with the work form. It comes with 2 of these really cute wood bead kind of pick spray things. It comes with 1 of these really cool pink sprays and 1 of the purple. And they're like fuzzy, kind of flocked. They're really cool. I got a good idea for them, but really cool kit, super neat, very different from what you're used to seeing with me. I've already said, like I said, I pre-cut the mesh already. It's 35 inches long, and I've gone ahead and pre-cut the ribbon as well, and when we get to that step, I'll tell you what we cut it at, but I did that to save time. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to work on mesh first. So we have our, I think it's a 15 to 24 inch frame. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. And it has the twist ties kind of already on it for you, which, again, different than what I normally do. I love these frames. They're so easy to work with. They are raised, so they're big, they're tall. It's going to make one giganto wreath, that's for sure. Let me cut this tag off here. So again, 2 rolls of mesh already pre-cut, and we have 35 inches, so it's pretty long. So now you know why I pre-cut them, just kind of get that going a little bit. So we're going to just curl the end here. Not too small, just kind of big, maybe 2 inches wide on that curl, and then I'm just going to ruffle it. Curl it on the other end, squish it, and we're going to put it right in there with those ruffles going side to side. We're not going to hide those. We're not going to cut them off. We're not going to trim them off. We're going to leave those right there. We're going to curl these and go and do the exact same thing around the whole outside perimeter. And then just like we do the pancake style, we're going to go from mesh to ribbon to mesh to ribbon so that we Just do it in sequence, just out of habit, really. This, I love this mesh. It is so nice. First of all, it's a really pretty, like, blush pink color. It's really pretty. Of course, now I'm regretting not having that, just the SKU number again offhand. Let me see if I can grab that. I can. Oh, you're going to love it. This, so the mesh, just the mesh. So again, it all comes with the kit. But if you want just the mesh, again, it's melstrendy.supplies.com. It's XB97410-03. Totally love the mesh. I think it's the color really that does it for me. I think I've seen this color. This would be pretty in a, like in a wedding, maybe bridal shower, even a baby shower. It's really pretty pink. So I cut both rolls at a time. That's why they're two stuck together, just to make it go faster for the cutting process. Again, these are 35 inches long. Sometimes they stick together. You just gotta be gentle with them so they don't really fray too much. You know, but make sure they're fluffing out there good. So we're curling these in. That'll help the ends to fray, the cut ends. It is a woven material, so all mesh is gonna fray. It helps when you're using a rotary cutter on a nice self-healing mat so that it has a nice sharp cut. Again, this is going to make a nice big wreath. There's 18 twist ties here, very different than the 12 that I normally do. Again, the work form was already pre-made. It's made, it comes like that, so you don't have to add them on yourself. Last one around the outside, and then we'll get to some ribbon. Try to go all the way up almost to that other end, just enough to have it curl in and squish it. beautiful base already. I love this color. So brought our wreath out. Again, we're at about 24 inches. I'm going to go in starting with some ribbon. Now I've pre-cut those. Remember we had 4 different ribbons. So I pre-cut them 14 inches long. So I cut 9 strips of each. Of each color I cut 9 strips. So I have 9 strips of the green and white, 9 strips of the purple, 9 strips of the Swiss dot, 9 strips of the floral. And I paired them accordingly so that we can go in and do every other. So we get a good spread of that color all throughout. We're going to start with the floral. Just because that one was on top, no particular reason. So I cut them 14 inches long. Again, I dovetailed the end. So all I did was I folded the ribbon, and on the fold, I cut on the fold up towards the edge to make that real pretty V shape. Okay. And then I have them neatly folded in half so that I could find mostly the center. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just mostly the center. And then I'm going to unfold, scrunch up that center, pull it out towards me, and put it in that twist tie. I'm going to leave that twist tie hanging out there. It's really cool. You're paying for that frame. Leave it just like that. And we're going to add those twists all the way around. Nice and easy. Again, if you just twist this real nice and tight, like once or twice, that's plenty. You don't need to twist it too many more times. And I paired that green with the purple, the green and white stripes with the purple. You might have thought, hey, that goes better with the floral. And you're right, it does. But what that would have left me with is 2 very plain wreaths in one section. And there wouldn't have been any like bright color pops here. So there's a method to my madness here. Want to make sure I get that pop of bright color all throughout so it doesn't look like any one part is, you know, bare. Even though there would be ribbon there, it's still, the bright color is coming from that floral and then from the stripe here. Lots of little tips and tricks that you learn by experience along the way. Now, since there isn't any Easter eggs or bunnies in the rest of the material, and if you like the sign, if you like the whole kit and you like the sign, but you know want to be able to use it for something else, heck yes, you can totally do that. This is very versatile because it isn't. The sign is definitely Easter because it says Easter, but the rest of the design is just very springy, very bright, very, you know, lovely. And it could be for anything. It could be for just an everyday wreath. It could be whatever sign you can find that would match, that would go be perfect. All right, coming right back in here. Totally perfect. Making this definitely spread out a little bit more. We're probably at about 25 inches. Yeah, 27. Bringing it, making it nice and big here. So now we're going to go into that inside and start working on those inside branches, twists, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, sort of. One thing I'm going to make sure I do is kind of move that mesh that's there. I'm not going to try to come right on top. I'm going to kind of move it so that this really gets on the inside and lets that outside be full and doesn't kind of interfere with squashing it. I just want this to be on the top, and I want this to kind of come forward. So I'm going to do that in one kind of swoop. Again, we have 35 inches on the mesh and 14 inches on the ribbons. Nice and tight. We have 10 around the outside. If I counted right, we have 8 on the inside. Fluff it out. Now on the inside, you probably could have got away with maybe 30 inches. That would have left you with a little bit more left over that you could have maybe done something with. But just to be easy, I just cut it all the same. Because up in the center, you know that we're still doing 35 inches on the mesh, but they're a little closer together. So it, you know, builds it up towards, you know, builds it deeper. Oh, that just went on the ground. Sorry, y'all. Mesh flying everywhere. Try not to wear clothes that are too, you know, long sleeve, because then it just catches. This is a beautiful kit that our friends over at Trendy Tree created for us. I'm for sure going to be ordering more of this mesh. I love it. Even it would be so cute with some of these florals that are nice and soft, kind of blushy color, ivory. Okay, one more to fit in there. There we go. Still got a kind of hole in the middle, which is totally fine. We're going to still put these ribbons in facing out. So everything's still facing out like a sunburst. We'll start to layer really nice, and then we'll be left with a smaller spot in the center to place our sign and our bow and our fun sprays. Trying to make those ribbons as little as possible in that center, just to kind of get them a nice gathered motion so you can spread them apart and they'll stay kind of where you put them. So now, again, we're left with this much smaller space in the center. Which is perfect for us to add a bow, our sign, and our embellishments, sprays. Okay, so really, really pretty. Definitely thicker than a pancake style for sure. Super, look at how big it is. Super pretty. Okay, so let's start with our sign. We're going to put it on one side. What we're going to do is cut off our thingy there. I can use any color pipe cleaner just because it doesn't matter, because no one is going to see it except for me and your customer will see it from the back, but you know, you're not going to see it from the front. I'm just going to use brown, and I'm just going to use, well, we'll just put it this way. I'm just using the back of a ribbon spool to kind of help thicken this sign up. So the sign itself is about 1/4 of an inch, and the staples are for sure 1/4 of an inch. So I need to pad it up just a little bit, so make sure it doesn't kind of go through there. And all I do is cut up the back of a ribbon spool and cut a couple pieces and put it on there first before I put those staples in. So I'm just going to leave those. I can just leave one in. I can leave one out, that way they're not kind of overbearing. And put them right in there. Perfect. So it's definitely off to the side instead of in the middle, because we're going to use the other side for all that other fun stuff. I'm just going to pull that through the mesh, in through the wireframe, and pull tight to secure. And do the same thing on the bottom. Again, making sure they're gonna secure right to that frame so they're not gonna go anywhere. The last thing I want is for them to be topsy-turvy and, you know, flipping, and I just want them to be nice and secure. There we go. Okay, now this part I'm going to make super duper easy for you. Super duper. So you can see all those ribbons that we just put in. They're all flowing, all pointing out towards the edge. Wonderful. They're going to give nice motion because they're a little bit long in the wind. So 14 inches is really nice to grab that wind, to have some motion on your door. And so then we're going to grab these babies. Now, I have not been able to wait. I'm so excited to use them. So these are the, they are wooden bead spray. It is 63285. S is in Sam, P is in Paul, 28. That's these. So we're going to have one going up, and we're going to have one going down. We're going to make this as easy as possible. We're going to spread out and touch every single one of these wood beads. This is a heavy piece, so it's so good that we're using a nice sturdy foundation with our wreath base so that it can withstand the weight. I say that because y'all are used to me using the 14-inch frames from the Dollar Tree, so you know that these aren't something I would add to those frames, right? Just a little too heavy, just a little too heavy. Okay, so let me get out my stem cutter to assist me here, just because it'll make it go a little bit easier. Cut this nice and easy. If you're looking for the stem cutters, you can find those at CoachMelSupplies.com, CoachMelSupplies.com. And what we're going to do also is I'm going to pull these apart. Put some down there. Ooh. Some going up. all going to make sense in a second. That's extra. So we're going to put some going down over here. Some going up over there, and then those are going to be extra. And we're just not going to use these. I'll probably use these maybe in a centerpiece or something at a different date. All right. Okay, super easy. You just watch me pull that apart. I am going to put these on top because these have like real pretty flocked, you know, stems, whereas the wood beads have just a white stem, and that's not very attractive. So I'm going to put my pipe cleaner or zip tie right up here at the top so that it stops those from, you know, really kind of coming apart. I'm going to put 2 there. I love making these bundles. Super, super, super duper easy. I'm going to cut off the rest of this. Which makes it a little easier because there's just those pieces there, not the whole thing. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We put the pink down first, spread them apart, right on top of it, and the purple right on top of that. It's the easiest thing to do. These little bundles, I use them in so many ways. All right, and I can just bring that up here, bring that up there, bring that up here. Make them all crazy. They can be all over the place. That's totally fine. Bring this up here. Bring this up through here. Still want to, you know, give it a little life and make it. It's hard because some of these beads are a little. They're shorter to the stem. It's harder to like bring them out, but it's gonna be fine. And then we're gonna do a little double roux here. And add these together side by side. See, nothing hard here. We're going to make it as easy as possible. Go 1 and 2. Obsessed. So fun. We already have a big wreath. We're going to add this to it, but first we're going to take our ribbon, what we have left over, get this. Ooh, that's sharp. Okay, so we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to make a nice fun bow. Now, different reasons for different things, right? We're using the same ribbons from the tails, but we also didn't use the same, every single twist tie didn't have the same ribbon. So I think it's way super awesome to be able to use that in that way and bring those ribbons back into the bow. Again, because you have them kind of spread out all over the design. So I'm going with an 8-inch tail and a 6-inch loop, and we're going to do a really quick Lisa bow. So I'm going to do 3 loops total and 2 tails. So I have a loop on the top, a tail on the bottom. I'm going to twist, make another loop, coming for them down. This is a really, this is more than just a solid. It's polyester. I've never felt a solid like this. This is a really good solid. It's like extra. Okay, we're going to set this down in here. So we have plenty left in our roll for the purple. This is going to be just a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. Just a little bit. Do the same thing. Twist, loop. Make sure that ribbon is doing well for you. Gather it behind. Twist it. Make another loop. Pinch. Twist. Now, the tails you see on the first layer go off to the right. My tails on the next layer are going to go to the left. So I'm just going to keep alternating that. No matter how many layers I'd put in it, I'd keep alternating it just so that the balance is good, because remember we have those 3 loops. Again, a little bit smaller. We come in for our loop. So all you have to know when you're building a bow is what the bottom layer is, how big the bottom has to be. And then you build smaller going up. This is so cute. Okay, now the tails are going to go on the other side. So again, we have plenty left here. Now, if you wanted to, one cool thing you could do, if you're making this as a and listing it in Etsy, what you could do is you could add you could take what's left and add an extra bow as a bonus, as an extra, as a mailbox bow. What I do here with the center, the top layer, is I put a loop that is going to be smaller than the rest of the loops first, and then I continue on with my 3 loops. So that center loop will be made to disguise and hide my pipe cleaner that I use to hold everything together. And because of that, it technically gives this layer 4 loops, because one is much smaller, you see, by at least 1 inch. So you'll have tails on both sides, and that's fine, but you're going to follow that rule where the 2 loops are. So the 2 loops are over here on the left. I want to make sure the 2 loops go on the right. Perfect. Now again, I still have plenty left over. So the kit does not come with the pipe cleaners. You'll want to use those and add those in. Again, any color is going to be fine because you're not going to see it. And I just made that long. I put two together just to be safe. Not that I think I needed it, but it'll make just the whole process go a little easier. I'm going to take this up off the Easy Bow Maker and push down nice and tight, keeping that stacked bow nice and tight. Perfect. So now I don't need this anymore. And what I'm going to do before I flip it is I'm going to fold all those ends and dovetail them. So I'm cutting it, I'm folding it, cutting on the fold up towards the edge. That way I don't miss any. One of my favorite scissors of all time. All right, so then we take all of our tools here, get them out of the way. I'm going to take that center loop and put it straight up. So now you have no idea what color my pipe cleaner is from the top. And I'm going to hold it, that's where I hold it. You can see real nice stacked there. And I'm going to take those ribbons and fluff them out so that that ribbon gets through that whole design, not just in one spot. Making sure that none of the ribbons touch, none of the same colors touch. There we go. Nice big gigantic bow to go with our nice big gigantic wreath. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this pipe cleaner and attach it to our centerpiece here. I'm going to put those purple tails coming down towards the bottom. So the bottom layer, the longest layer with the purple tails, I'm going to put those coming down towards the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just going to wrap that around. Okay, hide all those mechanics back there, right? And then, nice and easy like magic, I'm going to come right up here and attach it right to the top. Take our pipe cleaners. Actually, I'm going to take this piece here and wrap it around that base. I'm just going to come in there nice and smooth. So easy. So easy, so cute, so fun, so everything. It's got all of it. It's got everything. It's got the movement. It's got the sprays. It's got the extra. It's got the color. Now again, like I said, if you have a different sign you want to use, you know, for spring that matches, bust it out. Let's use it. This is a perfect match for Easter. Now, what I will also say is, once I get this up on the camera and I'm taking pictures of it, I may, I'm not for sure, but I may cut these here. Just give them a little haircut maybe. I might give them a little haircut. It's okay for them to kind of overlap the sign. It's all right. It's not going to be the end of the world. This is beautiful. I love this. It's darling. It's so cute. I love it. Totally and absolutely love it. Now what I do have left over, if I wanted to spread these out and come this way, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's see how I can get those in there. I mean, they're just going to sit there anyways, right? These would definitely end up with a haircut because they're going to come out way, way far on this side. I wasn't trying to... Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So it just doesn't leave such a gap there, which is totally great. It would have been fine if I just had the top and the bottom. It really would have. You know, but this is just going to have them dance all over the place. And what I'll do, I don't have my glue gun on right now, but what I'll do is I'll glue them in. I don't think I need all of them though. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. Just like that. So perfect. I'll come into my glue gun on and put a little dab of glue right where I put those in. This is just darling. I hope that you enjoyed this design. I hope that you enjoyed the kit. I'd love to see pictures of it if you have purchased it and created it and made it. I'd love to see what you've done with it. And you can text me a picture. My phone number for texting is 810-498-2310. Again, this all was a kit. So what we have left of the kit is a little bit of mesh, not too much, again, because it was 35 inches of mesh. But we have a decent amount of ribbon left over that we could, again, make additional bows or use in other projects. And then teensy tiny little pieces that I don't think I'm going to fill in there. I think it's just about good right where we're at. And then that's it. Look at how big this is. It's so big. So it is 26, let's say 27 inches from here, not including how much it extends out. It's beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you have a wonderful time. I hope that you've subscribed and followed and you're going to come back to see us again. If you have any questions, I hope that you left those in the comments, and I will try my hardest to get back in there to see. The best way to get questions from me answered is probably our text message, although I am pretty good on going back to videos and watching, but you know, it all depends on how far back it goes. So if you're watching this next year, probably not going back to answer those questions. So I love it so much. I'll have pictures up. I hope that you enjoyed. And this is going to be a big one. Thank you very much, y'all. I'll see you soon.